What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about fighters that I need to win their next fight in the UFC. Of course, there's a bunch of fighters coming off losses. There are a couple fighters coming off wins that I still do need to win their next fight. Obviously, some of these guys are booked, some of them have fights on the books that I need them to win, and then some of them are just in a tough spot, and whenever they then step back into the cage, I just need them to get a W to keep my mental health going. Obviously, we had Peter Yan last week. I'm sure many of you watching would have had him on your list, and I'm sure you might still have him on your list. But I'm going to be going through one fighter in each division that I need to win, and then I'm also going to be giving some honourable mentions at the end of the video. But let's get started in the Flyweight division. My selection for Flyweight is Manel Kape. Of course, look, this is not one where I desperately need him to win. I'm not mentally, emotionally requiring Manel Kape to be in the win column for me to be a happy individual. But I still do want Manel Kape to get the W very much in his next fight against Matheus Nicolau. Of course, I was going to go with Pantoja if he was fighting Mikhaev. But since Pantoja is fighting Steve Erceg, Bedtime MMA, I don't really care who wins. I'll be happy if Erceg wins. He's Australian. I'll be happy to have another Australian champion, and then I'll be happy if Pantoja wins because he's one of my favourite fighters. And obviously, in terms of the fighter themselves, he's probably my favourite flyweight. But in terms of just fighters that I do actually, specifically need them to win their next fight, I'm going to go with Manel Kape, of course, fighting Nicolau, April 27th, the week before UFC 301, and part of this reason, again, as I said, is not because of the emotional aspect, but more because we need him to win so we can actually have an interesting title challenger. Because if he doesn't win, or if Nicolau hasn't fought Pantoja either, so fair play, but he got KO'd by Royval already. So we need someone, and I know Kape has fought Pantoja, but we need someone interesting in the title picture. We can't be having Royval doing trilogies. I don't want Mikhaev shooting 73 takedowns and failing 97 of them. That doesn't even mathematically add up, but you know what I mean. But we need someone like Manel Kape in the title picture, so I hope he beats Matheus Nicolau, gets his shit together on the scale, no missing weight like a pussy. I'm not standing by you for that. If you're missing weight, I'm going to call it out. But yeah, I do want Manel Kape to win his next fight a lot. So yeah, let's move on though to the Bantamweight division. For Bantamweight, I'm going to be going with Jose Aldo, of course. He is returning at UFC 301 in Brazil to fight Jonathan Martinez, and we need him to win. Collectively as a community, I don't know any single person, apart from extended relatives of Jonathan Martinez, that wants him to win. I think everyone is behind me on this. We need Jose Aldo to get a W in Rio. He's going to walk out to run this town, and he's just going to beat up Jonathan Martinez, and he's going to finish him or win a dominant decision. That's what we need in our lives. We need some Jose Aldo victory in our lives, because the last time we saw him in the cage, he just got marabbed by Marab, and it was not a fun look. It wasn't a devastating loss. It's not like we saw him get knocked out, flatlined, and embarrassed. It was just dead, We didn't get to see him retire the way we wanted to. Obviously, the Hall of Fame induction was amazing, very emotional, but we wanted him to turn around and fight at Rio at UFC 283 is when it was back then, because he fought 278 and we wanted him to fight 283 in Rio, because that would have been, and then you can retire. That's what we were thinking, but he, of course, decided to retire after the Marab fight. But obviously, since then, he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and now he's coming back, and I don't know anyone, again, that I said, as I said before, that wants Martinez to win. We need Jose Aldo to win. We need that moment of just, an amazing victory with the Brazilian fans cheering for him, because otherwise I don't know if I can stand seeing another Brazilian legend get beaten up and retire, and then the home crowd is just booing or not there or something like that. Imagine fucking Aldo just get leg kicked TKO'd by Martinez, and then the crowd's just silent and not even paying attention and not even giving him a cheer. That's just going to be the most depressing thing. And yeah, we just don't want to see Jose Aldo go out getting leg kick TKO'd by Martinez. So we need him to get the win, very much so. Definitely need that to happen. Let's move on though to the Featherweight division. The Featherweight division's an obvious one. He was also in the thumbnail. It's Alexander Volkanovski. He's coming off 2 losses and 2 knockout losses. One in the first round, one in the second. I don't even want to talk about it. but I have to because we need to really just describe the necessity of a Volkanovski win again. Like, it's been, since July? It's been since July of last year. It's not even that long, but just it feels like, because he's normally so active, it feels like we've been so long without a Volkanovski win. Of course, so we need it to happen. Whether somehow he beats Topuria, obviously that is the ideal scenario. That is like both ends of the spectrum though, because if he wins, no matter how he does it, I don't care if he fucking marabs him, I don't care if he gamrots him to a decision. Like, he could do the most boring method of victory ever. If he throws 2 strikes around and Topuria throws 1 and Volkanovski wins the fight, I don't care if he gets the win. That's all that matters. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, I just don't want to see this guy get slept again, trying to get his belt back, and then in his post-fight speech, he's like, I'm fucking sick of this, I'm done, and then it's doing my fucking head in. I just don't want another sad UFC 294 when he got knocked out by Makhachev, and he's just sitting there, like, constantly going, fuck, I'm fucking done with this shit, man. Like, I just don't want another emotional Volk interview where he's just breaking down. Like, we can't have that. We don't need that to happen. So, obviously, that is the highest of highs and the lowest of lows if he can beat Topuria compared to if he does get finished again. But if we want a more safe outcome, I don't care. We can give him anyone. I just want to see Volkman back in the win column. Give him Bryce Mitchell for all I care. There's no way he loses that fight. Give him someone with just no punching power on the feet, no explosiveness, someone that's not going to be able to just like I don't know, inflict damage upon Volk. Like, I'm not trying to see fucking Josh Emmett, because we all know that in his prime, Volkanovski would school Josh Emmett. I'm not trying to see Volk get fucking Bryce Mitchell convulsioned by Emmett with an overhand, like big meaty hook, as Lucas Tracy would say. Like, give him a Bryce Mitchell, give him Aljamain Sterling even, because Aljo's not going to do any damage to him. If he somehow loses that, he would just get backpacked, and it would be annoying, but it wouldn't be, like, sad. So, give him, like, Aljo, give him Bryce Mitchell, give him, like, Arnold Allen's not ideal, but, like, someone like that. I'd say, if he's going to stay at featherweight and not fight for the belt straight away, I would say do the Aljo fight after Aljo beats Cater if he does. But apart from that, we just need to see Volk back in the win. I don't care how he does it. I just need to see another, you all fucking doubted me, look at me now. Like, that's what we need from Volkanovski, and yeah, that's just what we need. But let's move on to the lightweight division. It's Charles Oliveira, brother. We need Du Bronx to get another win. Obviously, he's coming off a win, so this is not the same circumstances as Volkanovski, but we need him to beat Arman Tsarukyan. I do not want to see... I already hate Arman Tsarukyan as it is, but we do not want to see Arman win, and we don't want to see Charles lose. So we need Oliveira to go out in the first round and just fucking kick this man's head off. Just hit his fucking nose back into the third row, absolutely blast him with a fucking flying front kick to the face within the first 10 seconds of the fight, and he just gets on him, I go, show me the money, show me the money. Like, we need that we need English Oliveira just on the mic at UFC 300 with an incredible win. The fans are going crazy. Arman Tsarukyan's out cold on the canvas as Oliveira's doing his fucking post-fight interview. He's just like, this guy not on my level, man. As fucking we see Arman's just spazzing out on the canvas. Like, that's what we need in our lives. And yeah, honestly, it's not even just that I like Oliveira and that's why I want Arman to lose. If this was like an Oliveira versus Volkanovski match, I would be conflicted. If this was an Oliveira versus... I don't know. There's not many people that I would be close to not knowing who to want to win in a fight. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's fucking Arman, bro. This guy's a cunt. Like, this guy's actually... Arman Tsarukyan is a dickhead, and I want to see him get slapped. This guy got rocked by Joaquim Silva. Oliveira is going to knock his head off. And I really want... Since fucking I couldn't get my Bonar St. Denis pick right, can I at least get this one? Because I'm picking Oliveira. Lucas Tracy, can you just do us all a favour and pick Arman Tsarukyan? Like, just make that happen for us. But I fucking have a feeling he's going to pick Oliveira. And so that means, by fluke chance, Arman's going to win with a fucking overhand right KO, which he's literally never done in his life, apart from Beneil Dariush. So, we need Oliveira to win. We need Arman to just get slept out cold. And then Oliveira gets on and I go, who's the champion? And then the whole crowd goes nuts. Everyone's loving it. And then he gets a and then he gets a title fight, and then he beats Makhachev. You know, I'm going too far with this, but a man can dream. So that's what we need in our lives. But let's move on to the welterweight division. The fighter that I need to win next at welterweight is Gilbert Burns, you know. Who doesn't love my boy Gil? It was very devastating to see him lose to Jack Della. I don't know what, like, MMA Guru was like happy. Like, I get it, you like Della and you wanted to get your pick right, but like, why were you cheering as Burns is getting his head fucking elbowed into the canvas? Like, that was just sad. I picked Jack, and in that fight going into it, I was like, I don't care who wins. Like, I want to get my pick right, but also, and I like Jack because he's Aussie and he's a sick fighter. But man, who doesn't love Gilbert, man? He's just that chill dude. He's a fan favorite. He's always there with his kids at UFC events. Like, everyone loves Gilbert, man. Everyone talks about how nice of a guy he is. And he's just an awesome dude, you know? He fucking stepped up. He fought twice. He fought January. He fought Hamzat first when no one wanted to fight him. Gave him a war. Then he fought fucking January in Brazil. Then he fought April against Masvidal. Then he stepped up on short notice against Bilal. Obviously injured himself. Fluke situation. He would have won that fight otherwise. And then obviously he's injured, and I was so worried. I was like, oh, he's going to do terrible coming back. And he looked great, man. He looked good against Jack. He was even landing good on the feet. You know, I was like, damn, bro, Gil doesn't even look like he's 37 or something. Like, he's actually really fucking old, which is why I'm worried about him. But I was like, oh, he's going to get slept in the first round. Jack's just going to crack him. He's going to have no defense, all this. But Gilbert was doing so well, and he was up 2-0 on two of the scorecards going into the third. He was going to win, and then he got caught with a knee. So fair play to Jack, but I need to see Gilbert Burns get another win. I need to see him. He's on a 2-fight loss streak right now. You know, he was 2-0 to start 2023, and now he's 0-2 since then, and it's just rough. So I need to see Gilbert get back in the win column. No power punches for Gilbert. No one with crazy dynamic striking. Don't fucking give this guy MVP for God's sake and he gets chinned. That's not what we need to happen. Give this guy Sean Brady, someone who's incapable of doing damage to him. He's not going to get out grappled by Brady, I don't think. So give him Brady. For fuck's sake, I don't even care. Give him Magny in a rematch for all I care. I just want to see Gilbert get back in the win column. Even fucking Ian Gary is not going to like inflict damage upon him. I reckon Gilbert would beat Ian Gary. But regardless, we need Gilbert, my boy, to get back in the win column because he's just a friendly fella. But let's move on to the middleweight division. And the fighter I need to win is Robert Whittaker. So I was conflicted here, and you are going to see another middleweight fighter later on for the 3 honourable mentions. But I need to see my boy Bobby Nux get back in the win column, or he's already in the win column after that Costa fight, which was amazing, and he would have still been in that video before then, but he's still here afterwards because I need to see Bobby Nux get back, get another win, and have another push at a title shot, because I just want to see if this guy can get to win a belt, because that is the ultimate thing that all men want in life, is just, you know, a loving partner, a great family, and then Bobby Knuckles in the win column with a middleweight title wrapped around his belt. Like, that's the 3 things that a man needs in his life for happiness. And yeah, we need to see Robert Whittaker back and get another win, because the Costa fight was great. I was so worried when he got fucking spinning wheel kicked and he almost looked like he was going to go out. I was like, no way, Bobby's going to lose by first round TKO. But he came back, won the last 2 rounds, so great stuff. If he fights Strickland next, I'll be conflicted. I will be supporting Robert Whittaker, of course. But if he fights anyone else, I will be full steam ahead. Only all energy going out and supporting Robert Whittaker, and I will be wanting him to win. And if he gets a title shot, I will of course be cheering for him to get that belt wrapped around his waist. But let's move on to the light heavyweight division. For light heavyweight, Shama, Desanya, Pereira. We need him to get another win. We need him to beat Jamal Hill. We need him to get a great win on that card, a KO in the first couple rounds, and then turn around to save UFC 301. So there are multiple layers to this for Alex Pereira and why I need him to win. First of all, I don't like Jamal Hill, and I do not want to hear this guy win the belt by first round KO. I was like, I told you I was going to knock him out. Give me my respect. I am the number 1 light heavyweight on the world. And I am the pound-for-pound best fighter on the planet. Like, Jamal Hill, bro, calm down. You beat Washed Glover. You're not the pound-for-pound number 1 fighter. Like, I just don't want to hear Jamal Hill get on his YouTube channel and just post all these fucking rants saying that people are disrespecting him. I want him to get slept, and then he can just shut up, and he doesn't need to keep yapping about how he's the fucking statistically best striker to ever exist. Like, the guy's like, look at my record. Look at my stats. My only loss. It's like, fuck off. Shut up. You only got the title shot as a number 7 ranked dude because fucking the first one ended in a draw. The fucking Blachowicz Ankalaev fight was a fucking split draw or majority draw. That's the only reason you got a title shot. Otherwise, you were going to fight fucking Anthony Smith and you were going to lose on paper in a fucking Apex Fight Night main event. If you don't remember, that was literally booked. Jamal Hill vs. Anthony Smith was booked as an Apex main event in like April. And then that got pushed forward to January and he got a title shot. So, like, this guy was at least, 1 or 2 wins away, but instead, because of dire circumstances, they brought him in. He gets a win and immediately thinks he's the fucking best fighter to exist. Does his Achilles because he's too fat playing basketball. Classic Jamal Hill type of person playing basketball. And he was probably too fat from, eating too much, fried chicken. But those aren't racially motivated statements. Jamal Hill's talked about how much he likes chicken. But regardless, talking about Alex Pereira, we need him to get the win. He's just such a cool dude. All the fans love Alex Pereira, unless you're a dog-touching Adesanya fan. But yeah, we need Pereira to win. We need the Sharma post-fight interview, and then we need him to turn around on 301 and get another cool win and just, KO fucking Ankalaev, the Cliff Dweller. So let's move on to the heavyweight division. The heavyweight, you might be confused, but I'm going with Sergey Pavlovich. He's a great fighter. I need him to get a win back in the octagon. I don't do a good Tom Aspinall impression, but regardless, Sergey Pavlovich is the guy that I want to win back at heavyweight. Obviously, you might be thinking, what about Tai Tuivasa or fucking Derek Lewis or something like that? Or Gelton Almeida, no one would be thinking that. But regardless, also chucking an honourable mention that I forgot about is Rebelis de Spain, because I want him to sleep Waldo Cortez Acosta out cold. But all seriousness, in the rankings, I do desperately want Sergey Pavlovich to get another win. I'm a Sergey Pavlovich enjoyer. I'm one of his biggest fans. I was really hoping that he was going to beat Aspinall, and I was wrong. He lost, and he got KO'd brutally in the first round. But that was very sad, but anyway, he's just a cool dude. Sergey, man, he's just a fun guy to, he's just a cool guy to watch. He has a sick fighting style. Just goes in there, just chucks some fucking lunch boxes and just walks out of there, usually with a win, unless he's fighting Aspinall. But I want to see this guy, get him in there against some absolute can. I'd give this guy a fucking, I don't know, give this guy some bum. Give him fucking Martin Bidet or some shit. I don't care. I want to see Pavlovich just go in there, throw his little fucking jab hook, and just standing TKO Martin Bidet in 17 seconds and fucking 12 milliseconds or some shit like that. He's going to go in there, he's going to throw a couple jabs, and he's just going to go, and just fucking chuck a bunch of fucking overhands and just TKO Martin Bidet. That's what I need to happen. I don't care who he fights. If he fights Garn, I hope he wins. If he fights anyone, I hope he wins. But it's just, Sergey, he's short on slot money, He needs his 50k bonus to go gamble at the slots. What a G. And also, ever since he posted that meme on his Twitter with the Sergey Pavlovich, the kills black people, 260 pounds of white power, the meme that he posted on his Twitter, he's been a fan favourite of mine. And he's also just got a sick fighting style, so we need him to win. But let's move to some honourable mentions really quickly. First mention is, of course, Tai Tuivasa. He's on a 4-fight loss streak, coming off a bad loss this weekend, a 4-fight finish loss streak as well. Got subbed by Marcin Tybura, and we need Tai to get a win. Give him an unranked can, put him in a crowd in front of an Australian audience, get him an easy win, and he can do a shoey, and we can all have a good time. The next fighter that we have, though, is Sean Strickland. Again, I'm not emotionally requiring Strickland to win, but it would just be cool to see him get another win, have another cool post-fight interview, and go freak out some more Canadian media members in the process. That would just be a good time. And the last one is, of course, Tony Ferguson. This goes without saying. It's just T-Ferg. We need him to get a dub, and we need him to get a win, and we can be happy, and then he can retire. But that is the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know which fighters you need to win their next fight down below for each division. Do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree? Let me know what you think in the comments. I've got some more videos coming soon, so I'll see you then. But peace out, everybody. See ya.